The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time is rated E for everyone by the ESRB. Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Ocarina of Time Master Quest. In the last episode we completed the Shadow Temple, which basically covered all of the main country of Hyrule in terms of awakening and saving the sages. In this episode we are now going to head to Gerudo's Valley, and while it's on the main map, there are some people who are iffy about whether or not Gerudo Valley and Gerudo Fortress fall under the Kingdom of Hyrule, because Ganondorf was at Hyrule Castle earlier in the entire series, back when we first met Zelda, to make a peace agreement with the king. So it's thought that maybe the Gerudo Valley is just outside of the borders of Hyrule Castle. So with that, we're actually going to make our way to the desert, the area is a desert, but it's not a desert, if that makes sense. Also, I can't remember if I did Dompe's race a second time. I'm trying to think of where I don't have heart pieces, because we have one more heart container. That puts me to 17. But then that means that we are at least missing for a 10 heart containers in the game. And I haven't decided yet if actually I can't because of the fishing minigame, so I'd still be at least one heart piece short. Because if you guys remember in a previous episode, I said I was not even going to bother with the fishing minigame. I'm going to quickly change my outfit to be a bit more appropriate to the area we're going to. I always like Link being slightly color-coded to the areas. When it comes to the Shadow Temple and the Water Temple, blue seems like it's the best color fit for him. But then when it comes to the Gerudo area and Goron's, red is definitely the best. And then the forest area, obviously keep them in the Kokiri green. And maybe end game, I might put him back in game. End game. I might put him back in green just because it's the iconic armor color. I haven't decided yet. Let's talk or hear what Navi has to say. The desert. That is where Ganondorf, the evil king, was born. If we go there, we might find something. Maybe, but we're gonna have to go first. So if you guys remembered as well, we came here earlier, twice actually, once as a kid, in order to deal with some beans and get some heart pieces. And then again, we came here earlier as an adult during the trading quest mission. We used Epona to cross the bridge initially, but in this time we're just going to use the long shot. It's just long enough to get us across, so if you didn't go for Epona, that's another way you could essentially get across. Now I know there are a couple we're not going for Skulltulas, but if you wanted to, there is one back here. I almost went for it, but then I remembered I don't need to. Back here, this is a chest of 50 rupees. I am full wallet, so I'm not gonna bother, because that would just be a waste of rupees. What if I need 50 rupees later? You never know. Anyways, we are at Gerudo's Fortress. Now, this part of the game is a stealth section, to to basically put it lightly. You don't want to get caught. And there are some Gerudos who you can't block against. I think there's one who walks back and forth here. Yes. No. Gerudo. Okay. I thought she came a bit closer. Now the reason why we're here is because the Carpenter leader, whose name escapes me, said that his Carpenters, his crew, came to visit the Gerudo because they didn't want to be carpenters, they wanted to be thieves. Well, it just turns out that they are right here, locked up. I have no idea where you come from, but you must have a lot of guts to make it past all the guards around here. Ugh, that is awful. All of my fellow carpenters are imprisoned somewhere in here. If you can get us out of here, we'll repay the favor somehow. But be careful, there's sure to be Gerudo guards somewhere around here. Whoa, watch out! Instantly put up your shield, and I would still recommend using the big Goron sword because once again, double damage is really nice. And I guess I should quickly explain, the Gerudo guards have this knockout spin that they perform. And if you get hit by that, it's an instant, not game over, but it's an instant loss. And what happens is when you are hit with that, you get knocked out and they throw you in prison and you have to get out. Did you come here to save me? Oh, that's just swell. I'm Ichiro, the carpenter. We were really interested in joining their all-female group, but they locked us up like this just because we're men. We don't care about the Gerudo anymore, they're so rude. 3 of my fellows have also been captured, so please help them escape too. Now there is some weirdness when it comes to the Carpenters, but we'll address that after. For now, we're just going to continue moving forward. We are inside this area. If we had a bomb, there's a secret? Right here, roughly. My controller is vibrating, but because the Gerudos are quite close and I don't want them catching me, I think this is... Okay. Fun fact. Shoot, I missed. It's okay, we get another shot. So, okay, just wanted to make sure I was gonna aim true. I hit her in the head, but she's only knocked out. They've corrected the timing of this in Majora's Mask, where instead of being permanently knocked out for the entire room until you leave and come back, they will eventually get up. In this version, you don't have to worry about that. They are knocked out. They won't get back up until you leave. Okay. Keeping an eye on the guard. You could use the long shot to just temporarily stun them, but the bow is probably better because then you're not restricted to a blue stun timer. You're restricted to until you leave. Hey you, young man over there, look over here inside the cell. I have no idea where you came from, but you must have a lot of guts to make it past all the guards around here. All of my fellow carpenters are imprisoned somewhere in here. If you can get us out of here, we'll repay you the favor somehow. But be careful, there's sure to be Gerudo guards somewhere around here. Whoa, watch out! Once again, put up your shield right away. The Gerudos do let down their guard, and Big Goron Sword is a much better tool to use against them because of its reach. Just basically mash the attack button and you're basically good. You're a cute kid. Thank you for coming to save me. I'm Gerudo, the carpenter. These women are so scary. I'd rather work as a carpenter than be something. I can't wait to say goodbye to this place. 2 of my buddies are still being held prisoner. Will you please get them out too? This is where the oddity comes from. How would Gerudo know that we saved Ichiro? It's kind of one of those weird things where you have to put game mechanic ahead of continuity. So, I don't know how I personally feel about it, but it's fine. It could be worse. Now, if we come in here, there should be another one. Yes. Hey, you, young man over there. Look over here inside this cell. I have no idea where you come from, but you must have a lot of guts to make it past all the guards around here. All of my fellow carpenters are imprisoned somewhere here. Words, they are awful. I don't know how to read English. If you can get us out of here, we'll repay the favor somehow. But be careful, there's sure to be Gerudo guards somewhere around here. Watch out! Shield. This one's being a little bit more defensive. Now, if you do get hit by the Gerudo knockdown strike, the hard work that you put into releasing these carpenters is not in vain or undone. You just have to figure out how to get back to where you were. Thanks, boy. You're fantastic. I'm Saboru, the carpenter. Have you seen our boss, boy? He's probably worried about me. I have to get back to him immediately. One more of our workers is still a prisoner. Please save him. I am awful at yawning. I do apologize. It's been a long couple of days for me. So we came in from that way. I'm a little curious where this path will take me. Okay. I thought I... No, I really want to know where that other door goes. If you have a good internal map of the Gerudo Fortress, I believe the doors do... Oh! Words. I do believe the doors do align correctly with where they are on this giant structure that we're running through. So like, if you think about it, we slightly go down here. No, because we turn that way inside and keep going down. No, that would make sense. It would mean that below this space here is the Saboru, where the cell for Saboru was. So no, that makes sense. It's just hard to believe. So back in this room, if we knocked out the Gerudos, we could have gone this way, but then we would have missed out on the two Carpenters. And if we come this way, there is a door down there, but I'm going to come back to it. Because if we come up here and jump across to here, we have some vines that we can climb up. And if you have the long shot, you're able to reach the chest. But if you didn't, because you can get to the Gerudo Fortress with just the hook shot, then you would need the Scarecrow song. The reason why we wanted this chest first is because inside of it we get a special reward, a piece of heart. Now, I'm just trying to think of where I want next. I think I want this way. And the reason why is because we have a special door here. Now, we do have a couple Gerudos to shoot at. Ooh, too high. Still too high. Perfect and perfect. There is just the two. I don't usually come in here. Okay, Green Rupee, you just magically stay floating. I don't usually come back this way just because this is... I don't even know what's over here. It's been so long since I've come this way. But I do know that this is an important path. I also highly remember this hallway changing color for some reason, but that might just be because of me. And my young brain telling me... chest? Oh. That's a 200 rupee. Now I remember why I used to come up here. This is how I used to get to this spot. Okay. So I just showed another way of getting up here much quicker. In addition, there is a hole up there that drops down. That hole is into the cell that Link would fall if he gets caught by the Gerudo guards. So really, we just kind of waste time. We're gonna go in here. Ooh, I almost did an oopie. No. This is why you want to be careful in this last room. There is a Gerudo guard, but you can shoot her and knock her out. And I think we're good. Yes, now we're all good. So it's just the one, and we have the last prisoner here. I have no idea where you come from. You say the exact same thing as the other three, except for the last sentence. All my fellow Carpenters, if you can get us out. But be careful. I don't know why I'm yawning so much, guys. I do apologize. Watch out. Oh, also, guarding while using the Big Goron sword does not guard. Okay. So inside, we have... I was afraid you were going to forget about me. Now I'm free. Thanks, I'm Shiro the Carpenter, for rescuing me. I'll tell you something interesting about the desert that I overheard the Gerudos talking about. They said in order to cross the haunted wastelands, you need the Eye of Truth. The Colossus is on the far side of the wastelands. Okay, now I'm going back to my tent near Gerudo Valley, so drop by sometime. You may find something helpful there. Bye! I've seen your fine work. To get past the guards here, you must have good thieving skills. I used to think that all men, besides the great Ganondorf, were useless. But now that I've seen you, I don't think so anymore. The exalted Nabooru, our leader, put me in charge of this fortress. Nabooru is the second in command to the great Ganondorf, king of the Gerudo thieves. Her headquarters are in the Spirit Temple, which is at the end of the desert. Say, you must want to become one of us, eh? Alright then. You're in from now on. Take this. With it, you will have free access to all areas of the fortress. You obtained the Gerudo's membership card. You can get into Gerudo's training ground in their hideout. Now this card is very important because it allows you to get into the Gerudo training ground, which has some pretty good stuff, or a pretty good item, which we actually don't need. But it also gives us access to the full map of Gerudo Fortress. Now, before we proceed, we're going to use the sun song to bring the sun! And the reason why we want the sun is because we want to go up to the back side of the Gerudo Fortress before going further. But I also want Epona. Remember, we're able to bring Epona to this side of Gerudo Fortress from the get-go, so you could actually have Epona here. But if you're caught by the Gerudos, then Epona is just put to the side, and you really get nothing. It's really no use to have Epona in the Gerudo training ground, or Gerudo Fortress, until after you finish the fortress. This woman here to the right is the reason why you couldn't get to the back half of the fortress, because she would see Link and tell him that he's under arrest. If we come up here, we have another one, and if we talk to her, hey newcomer, you have a fine horse. I don't know where you stole it from, but okay. How about challenging this horseback archery? Technically, Link did steal Epona. Once the horses start galloping, Once the horse starts galloping, shoot the target with your arrows. Let's see how many points you can score. You get 20 arrows. If you can score 1,000 points, I'll give you something good. Do you want to try it for 20 rupees? Now, I am going to try for 1,000, but you don't get both prizes in this minigame if you try to go for more. So I'm only gonna try to go for 1,000 points. But the goal would be to try to get 1,500. So we already got the first goal, which is what I was after. I didn't want to use all the arrows. You could end the thing early by using all your arrows. But if we complete it, then we get a piece of heart. But that's not why we're here. I want to get back on Epona. I want to speak to her again. And we have a new challenge. Same thing, 20 rupees, 20 arrows, but now 1,500 points. And this is the reward that I'm after. And I didn't do it this time. So what I'm going to do now is, because I did an actual run of me trying it, I'm going to cut to when I am successful. I'll be right back. Because I've never actually paid attention to how to target with Link. I've always been a big fan of, let's just shoot wildly. There we go. I only needed 1500, so 1550. I'll be darned. You are the ultimate master. I will give you an item suitable for the master. This quiver is very important to me. I want you to have it. Take good care of it, okay? And this is where we get the biggest quiver. It carries 50 arrows, so it's really good. The only thing that I dislike about it is how end game it is. We only have one dungeon left, so I mean, it's not gonna get any better. If you are after Golden Skulltulas, there is another one up there by the racetrack. I do want to know what you say. Hey, newcomer. Oh. How boring. Oh. Come on, Ivona. Okay. Out of my way. Okay, so we're gonna do one last thing before we end the episode, and that is we're going to climb up this ladder. Now, I kind of wish the Gerudo at the bottom would do this, because this is just a tedious climb. But we want to talk to this Gerudo. Hey, rookie. Are you going into the desert? I'll open this gate for you, but you can't cross the desert unless you pass the 2 trials. The first trial is the River of Sand. You can't walk across this river. After you cross it, follow the flags we placed there. The second trial is the Phantom Guide. Those without eyes that can see the truth can only find themselves returning here. You're going anyway, aren't you? I won't stop you. Go ahead. Now, there is a reason why we also came here after Shadow Temple, but I'm going to share that in the next episode. Hey, oh, no, I don't want to talk. No. Okay. We can't take Epona into the desert, but that's fine. We've got quite the journey we have to do, because that right there, guys, in the distance, that is where we're trying to reach. Anyways, guys, we're gonna take this on the next episode. If you liked what you saw, leave a comment in the comment section below, mash that like button, and subscribe if you have not for more Master Quest content. I'll see you all in the next episode, guys. Bye.